Okay, it's now day 2 of the wild camp, and as you can see, we've still got some variable weather patterns. We've had a little bit of rain in the last 10 minutes, and I'm guessing we're going to get some more rain just based on the clouds or the cloud formations around here. In fact, I can see some rain showers up there. Last night was a little bit cold. It's the middle of May, but we've had a cold winter up here in the Cairn Gorms, and that was noticeable last night. Still quite cold at this point in May. Not so cold that we couldn't sleep, but it was cold enough that we were aware of the lower temperatures for this time of year. Anyway, the original plan for today was to head up a Munro called Cairn. Now Cairn, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe Cairn is behind this hill here. But there's a Munro here. The name escapes me, but the top is covered in cloud, and that's a bad sign. That means all the Munros are covered in cloud, and generally hiking up a Munro when it's covered in cloud isn't particularly fun. Munro baggers will do it nevertheless, but my wife and I, we enjoy the views that you get from the top of Munros, and if you've got persistent low cloud and persistent rain, then you're not going to get any of that. So we'll have our breakfast, we'll see what happens with the weather, because I can see blue sky as well. It really depends what happens. But yeah, after our breakfast we'll make a decision and we'll take it from there. Okay, the main reason for having a wild camping project this summer is to test new equipment and to configure our bags so they're lighter. But on this wild camp we've been testing two things. We've been testing the Therm-a-rest Prolite, and we've been testing the Jetboil Zip Cooking System. The Therm-a-rest Prolite, it's trimmed off the material it doesn't need. The new version is now like a mummy shape, much like your sleeping bags are, and that makes it slightly lighter because it's got less material, and it also blew up quicker as well, which was really nice. And last night worked perfectly well. Had a good sleep on it. It didn't feel the ground at all. It was nice. It was a nice cushion between me and planet Earth. So anything that saves you space and is lighter and still functions as well is a good buy. So far very happy with the Therm-a-rest Prolite. Now, another piece of equipment that we were testing on this wild camp was the Jetboil Zip Cooking System. I've personally tested it a few times on solo hikes and it's performed very well, but I tend to do my hikes and my wild camping with my wife, so we need a system that's going to work well for two people. Now what we did last night is that we prepared couscous, and with that couscous we had tuna and olives, and this worked very well with the Jetboil because all you need to do for couscous is boil water, and the Jetboil is phenomenal at boiling water. So if you're preparing a meal that is predominantly prepared with boiling water, then the Jetboil will work very, very well for two people. As the summer goes on, we'll be trying different recipes or different types of meals to see how the Jetboil performs, but at this particular moment in time, very, very happy with it, and it's a thumbs up. Okay, another reason for the wild camping project is to configure our bags so that they're brutally efficient. We're only carrying the stuff we need so that we can come to places like this, set up camp, have our dinner, get our heads down, get up in the morning, have our breakfast, stow away our gear, stick it on our back, and head up beasts like that. And in order for that to be enjoyable, you need your gear to be as light as possible, and you only need to be carrying the gear that you need. Now I'm using the Camelback BFM for wild camping, and I'm very happy with the bag. It works well, it's very durable. and I had it on yesterday to come here, and my backpack seemed very comfortable and it didn't seem too heavy, and that is good news. And that's probably just us learning from last year. We did quite a lot of wild camping last year, and you learn as you go on. Let me let you into a little secret. If you've never backpacked before, the first time that you pack your bag, all you think about is what you need to put in your bag. The second time you go backpacking, all you think about is what you don't need to put in your bag. It's that big a learning curve. You know, you can talk about all the stuff you need to carry, but when it comes down to it, you've actually got to carry it. And you know, you put a bag on your back and you stand there for a couple of minutes and go, yeah, that's not too bad, I can carry that. Then walk 5, 6, 7 miles with it, and then you'll realize that you're carrying stuff you don't need, or you're carrying stuff that you don't want to be carrying. So it is a bit of a learning curve, and I do think that we've learned a lot over the last year. And my backpack seems a lot lighter, but I'm always striving to make it lighter. And one of the issues I had with my backpack yesterday is I packed my sleeping bag, and I carry the inners and outers of the tent. My wife carries the poles, but I packed those two things differently, and I couldn't get my Camelback reservoir into my bag. Should have put that in first, but it was configured in such a way that I couldn't take it. So I've got an Nalgene bottle, and to be honest, I don't like that. I need to be able to have a reservoir so that I can drink water on the move. That's just what I like. So yesterday was good. It was light, it was comfortable, but it wasn't configured the way that I need it to be configured. So you're always learning, and I've got something to try and sort out for the next time, for wild camp number 2, which will hopefully happen within the next 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah. Okay, we've had our breakfast, had a nice pot of porridge. We also had a nice hot cup of Starbucks Italian roast coffee, which was really nice. As you can probably make out, our tent is now stowed away. We've packed our bags, we're ready to go. The original plan was to go up a Munro called Cairn, which is kind of round the back there and behind this big hill here. But we've changed our minds. We've decided we're just going to head straight back out of the glen, which is it's not far, it's only about 9 kilometers. So my wife's off taking some pictures just now. Once she comes back, we'll get our backpacks on our backs, and then we'll be heading out. Okay, we're approaching the Colonel's Bed, which means that we're approaching the car park end of Gleneye. That means that the first wild camp of this wild camping project is coming to an end. There's been a few hiccups, but all in all it's been a good outing, and all there is left to say is thanks for watching.